Let him get up.
Go to my
Greetings, my fellow niggas and ninjas. I'm not even gonna waste your time with all this yapping in the intro. We just gonna get right into the shit. And honestly, I'm feeling a little jolly today, so I'm praying to God that I don't get a strike for this. But
one of Satan's greatest soldiers.
Bro, he was dead, bro. If he wanted you out of there, he'll go do it himself on feet by himself. He was dead.
Maybe something was wrong with him. That's not human, man. He's not regular, man. This nigga was the devil, man. That nigga was the devil.
alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, now before we talk about this war crime that this 11-year-old is about to commit, we need to first turn our attention to these two dumbasses, Krillin and motherfucking Vegeta. More side eyes go to Krillin than anything. That nigga doomed all of humanity because Shawty was bad. That nigga was simply just an embarrassment to the game. So this is how it basically all went down. Vegeta's dumbass let this nigga transform, even though everyone there was telling him not to. Bro's ego knew no bounds. Also, Krillin's dumbass breaks the remote that was supposed to destroy 18 and would have stopped Cell from transforming. What the fuck was he thinking? Bruh, even 18 said the shit was stupid. That was literally his one singular chance to destroy her and stop Cell from transforming. This nigga did not cook. So because of those two dumbasses, Cell ended up reaching his perfect form. And the first thing he does is square with Vegeta. And Vegeta, being the prideful asshole that he is, he did not back down from this challenge. Dude was actually excited because this is exactly what he wanted. Lucky I wouldn't even call this a fight for real. This shit was just embarrassing because this nigga Cell reps his set. And then this nigga Vegeta ends up going 0 for 5 with Paris because Cell is literally reading this man like a book. I shit you not, Cell was literally just toying with this man the whole time, blocking everything he threw at him while smiling in this man's face. And it was only gonna get worse from here. Vegeta swings but still can't land shit. They end up fighting up in the sky and he still can't land a single hit. They end up into this wall, and then for what happens next would literally make Trunks start laughing at him. This man's own son. I can't even explain it, just roll the clip.
Come on. You're going to have to try harder if you want to live. He's gotten so fast.
So Cell swings and puts a fat ass hole in the wall, and just from the look on Vegeta's face, you could tell that nigga's knees probably fucking buckled. Vegeta didn't take too kindly to the rage bait, so bro flew up and started charging up a final flash. The thing that we all love about Vegeta's that he was dead, bro. If he wanted you out of there, he'd go do it himself, on feet, by himself. So bro straight up told him, and I quote,
Hey, nigga, if you really think you are, then don't move a muscle and allow me to boom your ass off this planet.
While Vegeta is up there making the earth shake, Cell is literally just standing there watching him charge this up without a care in the world. His arms are folded and everything, and then just to make matters worse, I shit you not, this nigga started smiling at him because he knew Vegeta wasn't going to do shit. Cell's reaction in the English dub after Vegeta shoots it is the funniest things in the world.
Listen. Final flash! Oh shit!
So after Vegeta boom, bro, the camera pans down and Cell is missing a whole arm and he blew a chunk out his body. It had him looking like an apple with a fat ass bite in it.
Not like this! Not by a Saiyan! No, seriously.
Yeah, bro was cooked. And you wanna know how? Because he started doing the little key spam move that he does every time he loses. And then what happens next is just straight up disrespectful as hell. Because while Vegeta is spamming, Cell comes out the smoke like Anakin Skywalker.
You lack conviction.
And sauced this nigga dead in the mouth. And then when Vegito got back up, Cell walked up to him and they just started looking at each other. Cell had a big ass smile on his face, and Vegeta, he was just his very stoic manner. And then Cell just said, "Get the fuck out of here." So by the grace of God, Cell ended up letting everybody live, but only so that they can entertain him in the Cell games later. And Goku was his first opponent. I'm not even gonna cap, them niggas was banging for real, really getting in the dirt, swinging for real. I'm talking straight hands. And I'm mad I can't talk about this part because YouTube will clap my shit. But just know them niggas was boxing. But anyway. So while Goku and Cell was having the match of the century, Goku called a timeout and then did the most questionable shit imaginable. This nigga tagged in Gohan to fight Cell. And then he passed Cell a whole fucking sensu bean.
Hey, Cell!
Yeah, to this day, I still don't know why the hell he did this shit. So then Cell eats the sensu bean and regains all of his strength back so he can fight Gohan. So if you thought Krillin and Vegeta did some dumb shit, this was just the icing on the cake. So then Gohan steps in and squares up with Cell, and I can't even put into words what happens next. You just gotta watch it for yourself. Roll the clip.
Mom said you have to get down from there.
So after that clobbering, Gohan gets up from the rubble, smiling and wiping the blood off his face, acting like that shit ain't hurt. Nah, nigga, we saw you. Nigga had you by your collar, spamming left jab. So Gohan goes on this yap that's basically telling Cell that he has this hidden power, and if he gets mad enough, that power will unlock and this nigga will start to see red and kill him. And he don't want to fight because he don't want to see red. So he straight up says,
"Look, why are we fighting? There's no point. We can just stop."
You lose your nerve, little man.
So then he proceeds to beat the living shit out of this 11-year-old boy. Dog, he grabbed him by the collar once again, put him in a chain combo, and then kicked that little nigga straight in his chest. And at this point, you gotta be wondering if this nigga's gonna at least land a hit or something. And he did. It was this weak-ass kick. So by watching this, you thinking Gohan's about to lock in, right? Right?
Lean back. Lean back. Come on.
I honestly find it utterly hilarious that it took Piccolo literally barking in this nigga Goku's ear for him to realize that his son is not a battle crackhead like him. Bro enjoyed absolutely nothing about this. He hated this shit. And the only reason he was out there in the first place is because Goku made him call ISO. And then gave the nigga a fucking sensu.
A few moments later.
So then Android 16 comes out of nowhere to save Gohan, talking about he's gonna blow this bitch up like a Taco Bell bathroom. So then he tries to self-destruct, but yeah, there was no bomb because Bulma removed it while she was repairing his body. So with this realization, Cell says, "Fuck off, you dirty clinker," ups beam to his chest and shoots that nigga point blank. Now, ladies and gentlemen, what you are about to witness is nothing short of absolute fucking cinema. So Cell turns around and starts counting how many people are watching the fight. So then he starts to open up his tail and, well, he basically shot out his babies. So he gives birth to the Cell Juniors, and all 7 of them niggas have the exact same powers as him. So he tells them to jump the Z Fighters so he can piss off Gohan. And dear Christ almighty, them niggas was putting
BTA, bounce the ass. Wow. What's up? What's up? Come here. What's up? Come here. What's up? What's up? What's up? Come here. What's up? What's up?
So while the Z Fighters were going through genuine torture fighting these children, Android 16 managed to get some final words off to Gohan, basically yapping about some birds and nature and shit. And then Cell walks up to this nigga and sends him to Android Heaven right in front of Gohan. And this was the final straw that made that nigga crash out.
Now fuck that! On everything, y'all got me fucked up! On my mama, y'all got me fucked up!
Like, Like, Cell genuinely must have had that nigga fucked up. Cause from this point on, Gohan was putting straight belt to ass. Like, just look how nasty this nigga was moving. He looked down at the sensu beans in Cell's hand, snatched that bitch like Debo snatching a chain.
Why you tripping, Debo? Shut up, I'll knock your ass out.
Then when Cell tried to get it back, he teleported to a Cell Jr., stared that little nigga down, and then when he swung, he chopped that nigga in the neck. Literally cutting his head off in a single hit. And then if that wasn't bad enough, his body exploded when he hit the ground. But it was only gonna get worse from here, because one of the Cell Juniors tries to hold Krillin hostage, like that was going to make any sort of difference. And those confident looks on their faces immediately turned to fear, because this little nigga didn't give a... That nigga upped the key at them and was ready to boom Krillin alongside him if it meant taking the Cell Juniors out too. So he lets Krillin go and tries to shoot Gohan, but this was literally the worst mistake he could have did, because all it did was tell him that he shouldn't have done that and he's about to meet the Reaper. But no bullshit, this little nigga was a menace. But hold on, because he wasn't done yet. Because after this, the rest of the Cell Juniors try to attack him, but this nigga throws the sensu beans up like Bobby Shmurda throwing the hat, and then just starts going to work on these niggas, putting belt to ass on every Cell Junior. He laid all 4 of them niggas out, and then when the dust settled, the sensu bean came back and that nigga caught it. This little nigga was tripping. So then at one point, the Cell Juniors hit this nigga with 2 tri-beams back to back, which in most cases would body somebody. It would catch a body, 100%. But this would turn out to not be the case at all, because something was genuinely wrong with this little nigga. Cell Juniors are admiring the chaos that they just wrought. One Cell Junior's face turns from confidence to utter terror, because Gohan comes out the smoke as squeaky clean as LeBron in the locker room. So then Gohan lets out a yell so strong that it starts shooting out ki blasts that are hitting niggas in the back like Ricky. Just look at what this nigga was doing. This nigga gut checked him so hard he split his body in half. And then this nigga didn't even get a chance to register what was going on before Gohan cut this nigga in half. And at this point, he's just terrorizing these little niggas, cause he blitzes past 2 of them, hits a U-turn, cuts one of them in half, and then cracks this little nigga's skull before decapitating him too. This little nigga was tweaking. So after the last Cell Junior just watched his brothers get murdered, he tries to make a run for it, but bro's just delaying the inevitable, cause Gohan got in front of him and said,
Lord, please pray for the soul of this bitch and guide my pimp hand and make it strong, Lord, so that she might learn a hoe's place. Amen. Oh!
Then teleports to the bottom and cracks this nigga in the spine, finishing them all off in a single fucking blow. This nigga was different. So after he slimed the Cell Juniors, it was time for the main event. Super Saiyan 2 Gohan versus Perfect Cell. And Pax was indeed getting smoked. So they get ready to face off and Gohan makes the first move, but this nigga is doing some extra shit cause Cell looks up and he is utterly confused cause why is this nigga aura farming? Like genuinely, that nigga was just vibing in the sky. But do not be fooled by his shenanigans, this little nigga was not playing at all. So after they squabbled for a little bit, they had a standoff and Cell rocks him in the face, but he must have forgot whose son he was fighting. Cause Gohan just straight up eats the punch and then mean mugs this nigga looking him dead in his eyes before giving him one back.
God damn! God damn! God damn!
So then Gohan proceeds to walk this nigga down the same way he walked down Boo 7 years later. So then when Gohan walks up to Cell, this nigga is pissed the hell off. An 11-year-old beating his ass is baffling, so he throws a kick, but after seeing Gohan block the kick, you wouldn't think this nigga would throw literally anything else. Like a punch, grab his collar, or something, literally anything else. This nigga just spammed the kick again and again. Gohan just looked at him like,
Is this nigga serious?
so then when he tries to throw another kick, Gohan just shuts that bullshit down. He catches his leg, lets out a yell, and then kicks this nigga dead in the jaw. Literally had this man sliding across the dirt, and then he had the nerve to hold the pose after the kick just for a little bit of salt on the wound. Like, bro was starting to reach prison levels of aura farming. And not gonna lie, this next part put a smile on my face, cause you can deadass tell that Piccolo raised this little nigga. So Cell crashes out and starts to charge up a Kamehameha, and it looks like it's raps for everybody on Earth. Everybody is panicking, but Gohan is literally just staring this nigga down without a care in the world. So Cell shoots the Kamehameha, and if it hits the ground, Earth is done for. Absolutely raps. But as that beam got closer to the planet's surface, the aura in Gohan just kept getting stronger and stronger. Because I kid you not, this little nigga is staring a Kamehameha down as it's coming towards him while nonchalantly charging up his own. And it was his first time shooting it, so you know that bitch was about to be vicious. I kid you not, bro said,
Welcome to hell, motherfucker!
So Cell gets his body blown in half for a second time. And this crazy ass boy must have been enjoying that shit a little too much, cause this nigga started talking like he was off the Henny. Roll the clip.
Gohan! You've got to take Cell down now before he can regenerate!
Take him down now? No, I think I'll wait. I'm going to let him suffer for a little while.
Yeah, this little nigga was tweaking. Y'all niggas done deadass created a monster. So after hearing that Gohan is basically playing with his food, Cell tweaks the hell out, growing his body and all his muscles solely out of pure frustration that this 11-year-old is beating that ass. And the whole time, Gohan is just standing there smiling in this nigga's face. So then Cell drops down and tries to swing on Gohan, but it's like a nigga trying to swing at a fly. This nigga can't land a single hit. So after a couple more botched swings, this is where shit just started to get wicked. Cause Gohan steps back with a fat ass smile on his face and says,
Listen!
but hold on, cause he wasn't even done right there. Because before Cell can even react to the fact that his face is dented in, now Gohan comes charging in and rams into this nigga's stomach. Still smiling, by the way. And bro, the force of that kick was so strong, this nigga Cell paused, started regurgitating and gagging, and then when he finally got done, this nigga spat out the entirety of Android 18.
She was inside Cell the whole time!
So then this nigga Krillin go have the nerve to say,
What? But it can't be! I thought she was a goner!
and she would have been if you would have did your fucking job, nigga. So after Gohan made bro clear the butterflies out his stomach, he decided to do some bitch shit. Because this delinquent was whooping his ass. He was losing to an 11-year-old, so what did he do? He decided to self-destruct and take the planet with him. Bro was basically a sore loser. And as a thugged out nigga myself, I can admit that I shed some thug tears during the scene. And because Cell decided to be a his raggedy ass basically forced Goku to sacrifice his life to save the Earth. But Goku would not be this nigga's only victim.
Sorry guys, this is the only place I could think to bring him.
What the fuck, y'all? God damn! God damn! God damn! What? Fuck! Fuck!
So after Gohan, Soul, and Goku had to sacrifice himself, he was forced to pick up the Henny bottle one last time because we was brought to one last piece of absolute cinema. Roll the clip.
Listen, fucking niggas can't touch me. Apply the pressure with the VVS. I drive the foreign like it was a Chevy. I drive the foreign like it was a Chevy. Lift it up and go offset it. Fuck a cougar like she hollering at her. Feature hit it, dirty spice, dirty soda in the styrofoam. I spend a day and get my mind blown. Dress it up and go to Nassau. 200 miles on the dash.
So apparently this nigga Cell survived the self-destruct because people keep forgetting that he has Piccolo cells. And now he has Goku Super Saiyan energy. Meaning that Goku basically sacrificed his life for nothing. So after Vegeta sees his son with a hole in his chest, this nigga starts to go ballistic. So that nigga channels all his rage, screams at the top of his lungs, and then charges straight at Cell. The nigga even went Super Saiyan, so you know he wasn't playing. So with the power of a somewhat loving parent, Vegeta shoots a beam at Cell, but this nigga just faces it. And that explosion didn't harm him in the slightest. And you wanna know how bro was cooked? Cause he started spamming the key blast again. Like, no bullshit, how many times do we have to teach you this lesson, old man? So while Vegeta was airing that bitch out, he was basically just prolonging the inevitable. Because the instant that nigga stopped shooting, Cell came out the smoke like the fucking boogeyman and chopped this nigga dead in his neck. That nigga's trachea is gone. So he puts Vegeta in a spin cycle and is about to finish him off, but Gohan jumps in and takes the hit for him, literally shattering his arm in the process. And at this time, things seemed bleak, but luckily Dragon Ball logic makes absolutely no sense. Because Goku from beyond the grave gives Gohan a pep talk telling him to take that last sip of Henny and lock in, otherwise the whole planet is doomed. So with half his power in one arm, he says, like, do y'all hear that echo? This shit sound beautiful. So these two then proceed to have the greatest beam clash of all time, and Gohan shoots a Kamehameha with one hand, and you just see Goku's spirit behind him pushing him forward, telling him he can do it because he's strong enough too. Like, no bullshit, this shit was so peak that it genuinely brought a tear to my eye when I watched it for the first time as a kid. The scene was just that beautiful. But Cell was not going for the plot armor today because he actually started to push Gohan back. And it got to a point where it looks like Gohan is actually about to lose. So while they continue to have this power struggle, the cameraman pans up and a ki blast comes from the top rope, hitting Cell in the back. And it was none other than Vegeta that shot this shit. And for once, I'm actually proud of him because he's actually doing something useful. Unlike earlier when he let a nigga transform. But this distraction was enough to give Gohan the chance he needed to push back. So then Gohan puts all his energy into one last push, and then in this last piece of absolute cinema, we see this nigga walking Cell down while still shooting the Kamehameha. That Cell gets broken down and rolled into a Backwood, thus slaying the perfect being. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, now I'm gonna keep it a buck with you. This video genuinely should not have taken this long to make. Like, I've actually been procrastinating for 6 months. This shit is actually ridiculous. But rest assured that I am back and we only gonna keep getting better. I enjoyed this absolute cinema with your boy. And you should probably subscribe to the Flow Gang. And while you at it, you should like the video, because it really helps my channel out a lot. Like, while you at that, you should press the bell so you never miss when I upload a video. Tis your boy, PrinceBeFloatin. Stay lit, my girls. Stay safe, my guys. And most importantly, stay motherfucking floating. Good night, your mother, so.
Listen, fucking niggas can't touch me. Apply the pressure with the VVS. I drive the foreign like it was a Chevy. I drive the foreign like it was a Chevy. Lifting up and gon' offset it. Fuck a cougar like she Holly Berry. Future Hendrix, Dirty Sprite, legendary. Dirty soda in a styrofoam. I spend a day and get my mind blown. Dressing up and go to Nassau. 200 miles on the dash. Gotta roll a pound up and gassing. Switching lanes in a Grand Rapid. We the ones that kept it cool with all these niggas till these niggas start acting.